Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. So we continue to be in this support area down here, just at the lower end of this descending channel that we can see here on the chart. This could sell off much further. Yeah, I talked about that in the previous videos. I don't think this move down is over yet. From the Elliott wave structure point of view, this C wave is far too short. Of course, technically it could be finished, but it's unlikely. At the moment, this all points for me to further downside. We can see a nice, actually quite huge head and shoulders here on the chart. So first of all, you could argue this is a head and shoulders pattern, quite a bearish view. That's one, yeah. In addition to that, you have on the smaller side here also a head and shoulders pattern. And if that breaks to the downside, we can see much further downside. The only reason why I mention these patterns, because I don't really like these patterns, like a head and shoulders. They sometimes just don't work out, but they are in line with my Elliott wave count. Yeah, and if we just zoom out a little bit, just to remind ourselves of the higher wave degree, well, Elliott wave count, yeah, then we can see that we had a wave 1 up here in June 22, and since then we have been coming down in this A, B, C correction, and with the C wave down, you would normally expect the C wave to be a bit longer. It is quite short at the moment. If we take the length just of that A wave and we go to the high of the B wave, then you would expect at least sort of the 1-to-1 ratio, which is at $3. Now we are not there yet. Yeah, we're not there yet. Maybe even a bit lower. Now, why am I so bearish on gas? Well, you know, we are. It's basically based on the Elliott wave count. You can also see that here the chart is very weak. We couldn't even get to higher highs. Yeah, we have made a smaller scale head and shoulders pattern. We couldn't even break above this resistance area that we did formulate at the time, and we had a very impulsive sell-off recently, and I think this sell-off is going to continue. Nothing is moving in a straight line, but as long as we stay now below $6.92, I'm focused further here on the downside in 5 waves, because this C wave should follow 5 waves. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see that, I mean, there is a potential that we could say maybe we've now completed a smaller wave degree 5 wave move to the downside. Here we'll see a little bit of a recovery before coming further down, but this should not be the third wave. It would be way too short for a third wave. So maybe there's going to be another 1-2 setup, or maybe, and that's the other possibility, we haven't even seen the completion of this wave 2 yet, that we're at only an A, B, C. But that's the point. We need to stay below 692 now. Then this count continues to be valid. And we've now seen, or we've hit this trend channel now. So as soon as we break below this trend channel, I think we need to fasten the seatbelts. We are basically where that previous support low was as well, at $5. I think as soon as we break really substantially here the $5 mark, it's going to take us down to $4 and $3. Also, one more reason for this, not only the Elliott wave count, but one more reason is, and we talked in the last few videos a little bit about these indicators here that we've seen, and especially on the monthly chart. And if you take a look at this, the monthly, yeah, the monthly MACD has turned to the downside. I mean, be aware, on the monthly, this has turned bearish. So bearish crossover on the monthly MACD. That's basically where Bitcoin was in February, March. Yeah. Be careful about that, because look at where the MACD line is. It's way too high. And this is only now turning to the downside. So let me actually see if we can find a longer time frame Natgas chart. I might actually switch over to that one in the future. Yeah, so if you look at this, this is still the monthly, but if you look at where we were before when this crossed bearish, there we had one which was here in April 2001. And April to the, and we dropped like 70% afterwards, after that bearish crossover. Okay. When we were at a similar height, we had another bearish crossover here. And that was in February 2006. And yeah, February. And also here we dropped to the low another 60%. Here we had a bearish crossover. That was in September 2008. I mean, they don't cross, you know, at the top of bear, you know, at the top, at the absolute top. They are delayed. But here, when we had the bearish cross, it still dropped another 70%. So, you know, be aware of that. Even here, that was in November 2011, we had another drop. But be aware, here the MACD lines were very low. So this is not comparable. But when we had these significant spikes like we have it now, it's a very volatile market, yeah. There is a big chance that this is going to drop again. You know, a lot of people, I get these comments, unrealistic that it's going to drop to $2. I mean, we've been at that price level between 2009 and 2020. I mean, it's absolutely not unrealistic to get down to that price range. Absolutely not, especially with a bearish MACD cross on the monthly. So be aware of that. All that is doing, I mean, it's only an indicator, right? But all that is doing is just supporting my Elliott wave count. It's supporting my view that we haven't finished this correction, which is also based on just price structure. Looking at what the price is doing, we had 3 waves to the upside, we had 5 waves down here. So all of that is basically indicating that this move down isn't finished yet. And also that is not really a bullish structure we are building here at the moment. Should anything come up, which can happen at any time, I will always make you aware if we get a proper reversal signal or anything. And I can also tell you, if we get a proper reversal signal, then we're finishing off this wave 2 correction, and we're going up in a wave 3, this would be really bullish for gas. So waiting for an initial signal doesn't mean that you're losing a lot of money or lost opportunity or anything, because that's the other point. A lot of people want to buy at the absolute low. You're not going to be able to buy at the absolute low unless you risk quite a bit, because you need to wait for a signal, yeah. Or you're trying to catch the falling knife, but you risk it will drop quite a bit lower. So I will do my best to give you a signal if things turn around and change. At the moment, the trend is clearly still down. I made you aware of the risk that this could still drop another 60-70% based on the monthly MACD cross. And again, that could take us down to, I mean, I don't want to be too bearish here, but it could take us down to around 150 or so. Yeah, and I might even take that green support area off the chart because it's probably not relevant anymore. Okay, and that's my update about Natgas. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.